Audio quality has never been a great strength of action cameras. Today we try to find out if DJI has managed to change that. The sound in this video comes entirely from the Action 2 and the GoPro Hero 10, so you can hear both cameras in direct comparison. There are of course reasons for the average audio quality of action cameras. It is probably difficult to build microphones that can produce a good sound into a shockproof body that is supposed to be waterproof up to 10 meters. DJI has built several microphones into the Action 2. One on the camera module and 3 more on the touchscreen module. The power module, which will not be released until the end of the month, will not contain another microphone. So what does this mean? Basically, we should expect that the Action 2 should produce much better sound when used together with the front touchscreen module, which is, after all, also intended for vloggers. We'll test that in a moment. At the moment, I'm only using the camera module. The GoPro and the Action 2 are facing in my direction, so I'm talking into the cameras from the front. Something I noticed immediately is that both cameras produce a different loud sound, so I will adjust the sound in post-processing. You can see how much here at the bottom. Let's see if the sound quality changes if we turn the cameras around and I speak into them from behind. Depending on the situation, that could happen quite often in practice. Unlike the Action 2, the Hero 10 has 2 normal microphones, one on the top and one at the front, as well as the drain microphone, which is supposed to improve the audio quality after emerging from the water. And it works well, as we have already found in various tests. Okay, now I have connected the Action 2 to the front touchscreen module. The audio quality should now improve significantly. You can't expect this improvement if you buy the version with the power module, which, as I said, has no additional microphones. I'm now talking into the cameras from the front again. The comparison with the Hero 10 is now perhaps not quite fair, as the Action 2 is no longer waterproof in combination with the front touchscreen module. However, it is also one of the strengths of the Action 2 that you can very quickly remove the front touchscreen module and continue shooting with the camera module only. I suggest leaving the office now and testing both cameras outdoors. In fact, they might sound completely different outdoors. But before that, I would like to test which self-noise the 2 cameras produce. For that, we need to be completely quiet for a moment. At the moment I'm only using the camera module again, and I'm talking into the cameras from the front, of course. In the last few days it has rained heavily here. Fortunately, it has snowed on the mountains, so I'm looking forward to testing both cameras while skiing in the next few days. Then we will see how well both cameras can deal with the cold. Personally, I always had more problems with the cold than with the heat. But of course, that's because of where I live. So now I'm talking to the camera from behind again. And this time I'm using the front touchscreen module again. Here you can see that it has snowed almost all the way down to the valley. At this time of the year, it looks simply fantastic here. By the way, I live in the Italian Alps, very close to the Dolomites. Technically, however, these mountains are not part of the Dolomites. I think it's time to do a short vlogging test together with the front touchscreen module. As you may know, I am by no means a vlogger. Although of course I realize that all the talking in the office comes across a bit more boring. By the way, for this vlogging test I am using a pole from Smarttree. The extremely wide field of view of the Action 2 certainly has the advantage that you no longer need such long poles. As always, you will find links to both cameras as well as to my favorite accessories in the video description. Now let's listen to some sounds. Pay special attention to the wind noise. It's quite important how an action camera can handle the wind noise. As I told you, the water drain of the GoPro should improve the sound quality when emerging from the water. But does it really make a difference? Or does the Action 2 sound almost as good? Well, I think that should be enough for us to get a sufficient impression of the audio quality. What is your opinion on the audio performance of the 2 cameras? Audio quality in particular is often perceived very subjectively. So write to me in the comments and give me a like as feedback if the video was interesting for you. Stay tuned, there will be more videos on the Action 2 and the GoPro Hero 10. So see you next time.